The original Resident Evil 4 is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. I am a huge Resident Evil fan and was a little skeptical about remaking one of the greatest games ever. That being said, Resident Evil 4 Remake is amazing. This is just a quick review, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but let's start with the obvious. The graphics look top quality. The controls are stellar. You can now move and shoot. The remake keeps all the same beats as the original and in my opinion builds on top of it. Almost all of your favorite scenarios are here. I can think of 2 that are changed and 2 that are directly cut, and in my opinion that's for the better. The pace of the game is ramped up, allowing for more engaging challenges that are built upon maybe some of the more weaker encounters from the original. I think what I love the most about the level design in Remake is how connected the 3 areas of the game are. They really want you to backtrack and explore every nook and cranny. The level design is improved, but it leaves all the best shooting arenas from the original intact. The combat is so much smoother, and not just because you can move and shoot. That doesn't really mean that much to me, honestly. But what does make the combat better is the new knife system, which allows Leon random lootable knives alongside his own upgradable one, but they all have durability. And while I'm normally not the biggest fan of weapon durability in games, I think they made the knives significantly more powerful in the remake. They can do assassination attacks, they can do ground finishers, they can be used as a get off me tool if you're grabbed by an enemy, and they can parry enemy attacks because they have all those really strong and powerful uses. The trade-off of having weapon durability is worth it because it makes the knife a consistently useful and powerful tool, and making that tool limited is a good decision. I think it's a good balance. Alongside the knives, I think the new weapons are a great addition. Now, I personally still stick with my tried and true Red 9, Riot Gun, and Stingray with a little broken butterfly love, but the new rifles and SMGs are pretty fun to use. I like the new Bull's Head enemy types. I think they fit better than the giant chain gun users from the original. I like the new versions of the Las Plagas. The big snake heads are pretty threatening with their ability to one-shot, and the little crawly guys now possess and control enemy zombies, which is also a good addition. And I've played the original RE4 for dozens of hours. If those 2 little zombie abilities exist in the original, they almost never happened, as opposed to in the remake where they are constantly doing those abilities, making them more distinct. Additionally, the remake has a crafting system allowing you to craft items which grant more decisions with how you use your limited resources, and I'm all down for more decisions and for more depth with my resource management. Outside of the inventory, there are now more than the 1 side quest from the original. In the remake, there are tons of side quests you can do that grant you spinels, which you can't sell for money anymore, but instead you trade them for special items. The side quests are either inoffensive little distractions or you fighting specifically harder enemy variants than usual, which is cool. They also changed up how selling treasure works by allowing all combinable treasures to either use circle or square gems, and I think that is a good change. The remake carries on the challenges that were introduced in RE2 and 3-make. Completing challenges and certain goals unlock special items and currency to buy bonus stuff like costumes, artwork, and weapons. This stuff really inspired me to go back and beat the game again and again and again and again, until I got all of the challenges completed, including the S+ on professional mode, which I thought was super fun. And the last of the positive stuff I want to talk about is Remake's improvement on the story. The remake made Ashley and Luis a lot more likable. They made Krauser more of a character. He has a backstory now, and it's told in the game, and he's all around better for it. Having Ada's motives be more clear makes her feel like a more tangible character, and overall, it's just a better written game. It feels more tonally cohesive, and it really captures the action horror atmosphere RE4 is going for. Like I said, I loved this game, but it does have some stuff in it that could be a trade-off or even considered worse. The first thing is that because the game is more consistently cool or scary, it loses a lot of campiness that the original had. Yes, Leon does say, "Where did everyone go?" bingo. But you're not going to get any other classic stupid ass lines. There's no, "You're small time, Saddler," or no thanks, bro. It's all serious all of the time, which is a trade-off, but it is something the original has that the remake doesn't. Additionally, you can't pick either the El Gigante or the Chainsaw Sisters. You're always going to get the Chainsaw Sisters in the remake. And besides that, I think the final chapter and subsequently the final boss are pretty underwhelming. I kind of wish the game had a stronger conclusion. And yeah, those are all my quick thoughts about Resident Evil 4 Remake. It was an absolutely amazing action horror game with fantastic combat and stellar level design. I highly recommend this game and the original RE4. I was cautiously optimistic about the remake going into it, but I'm beyond satisfied with it. I'm currently fighting the demon to say I like this more than the original because I might. I think it's a very good game and a very strong addition into the series. I think this game just fucking rules.